You've likely been told that overcoming overthinking is a grueling task, demanding rigid mental discipline, endless mindfulness practices, perfectly timed meditations, and a constant battle to silence your mind. But what if I told you that quantum manifestation offers a strikingly simple path to transcend overthinking, so simple, in fact, that it's rarely done right? You're immersed in a quantum field right now, a field of infinite possibilities that responds not to your mental struggle, but to your alignment. Yet, most people approach overthinking like a war, trying to wrestle their thoughts into submission. They force calm, suppress doubts, and push for clarity while their mind spirals in chaos, anxiety, or indecision. This is where the whole effort collapses, because in the quantum realm, fighting your thoughts creates friction. Let's distill this to its radiant essence. Quantum manifestation isn't about stopping overthinking. It's about collapsing the reality where your mind is at peace. It's not about controlling your thoughts first. It's about embodying the internal signal that draws clarity to you. The quantum field holds every possibility: mental calm and chaos, confidence and doubt, focus and overwhelm, all existing as waves of potential. But here's the key. A wave doesn't become your reality until it meets a coherent observer. You. Your focus, your emotions, your attention, they shape your mental state. Yet, most people are trapped in a loop, observing from anxiety, fixating on their racing thoughts, vibrating at the frequency of overwhelm while craving peace. In quantum terms, this is noise, not a clear signal that you've been taught to battle overthinking, but the true art of overcoming it is becoming the version of yourself who no longer needs to fight your mind. It's the you who recognizes, I am already entangled with mental clarity. The field awaits your signal, and your role isn't to think harder, but to become clearer. Why do so few embrace this? Surrendering the struggle feels like giving up. Yet, here's the paradox. The moment you stop needing to fix your mind so desperately, the field delivers peace to you. Recall a time when clarity came effortlessly. Perhaps a solution appeared out of nowhere. A decision felt intuitive, where your mind quieted without effort. What was the common thread? You weren't forcing. You weren't grasping. You were open, aligned, receptive. That's quantum manifestation at work, whether you knew it or not. The quantum field doesn't care about your thoughts alone. It reads your energy. You can repeat, I am calm 1,000 times, but if your body is tense, your heart races with worry, or your nervous system is wired for stress, the field mirrors that chaos back. Not because it's cruel, but because it's precise. So here's the radical shift. Overcoming overthinking through quantum manifestation begins when you stop focusing on controlling your thoughts and start embodying clarity. You become the signal. You radiate the vibration. You let your state lead, not your effort. But this raises a critical question. What does the quantum field respond to? Is it just thoughts, emotions, beliefs, or actions? And how do you align these layers to send a unified signal? This is where most approaches to overthinking falter. They focus on one piece, usually thoughts, while ignoring the deeper coherence of your system. They tell you to meditate without addressing the anxiety stored in your body. They push positive thinking without tackling the subconscious patterns fueling your mental loops. They urge focus while your nervous system braces for overwhelm. But the quantum field responds to the whole signal, the integrated, embodied signal. Alignment isn't just a mental game. It's a full body, full system, full field shift. In the next part, we'll explore the mechanics of the quantum field, why the observer effect matters, what wave collapse means for your mind, and how your subconscious broadcasts signals even when you're unaware. We'll reveal the elegant science behind what feels like mental magic and show why clarity flows when you stop trying so hard. So, here's my question for you to reflect on. Where in your life are you overthinking so intensely that you've become the block to your own peace? Ready to dive deeper into the quantum with me? Let's venture further into the mystery you've been circling. The quantum field doesn't respond to your desire to stop overthinking. It responds to your coherence. At its core, Quantum manifestation isn't about thoughts, emotions, or actions alone. It's about their alignment into a clear signal the field can read without distortion. Think of the quantum field as a cosmic translator. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions harmonize, your message is steady, and the field responds swiftly. But when you think I want peace, feel anxious, and act from indecision, the signal scrambles, and the field reflects chaos, not clarity. This is where the observer effect, a pillar of quantum physics, comes in. At the quantum level, particles exist as pure potential, a wave function. When you, the observer, focus on a possibility, that wave collapses into reality. Mental clarity solidifies. Choices become clear. The unseen becomes tangible. But the observer isn't just your conscious mind, it's your subconscious. If you consciously seek calm but your subconscious is wired for worry, doubt, or control, the field picks up that hidden broadcast. Your subconscious collapses a mental reality you didn't choose. That's why so many feel stuck. They align their conscious thoughts, but ignore the deeper programs running beneath. In the quantum game, the subconscious always prevails. It gets more fascinating. Scientists like Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton show that the heart's electromagnetic field is far stronger than the brain's, radiating outward and interacting with the quantum field. When your heart and brain are coherent, you emit a powerful signal. When misaligned, it weakens. This is why trying to think your way out of overthinking often fails. Without the emotional resonance of calm, the field lacks a clear signal to reflect. You can't just demand mental peace. You must become its vibrational match by tuning your body, breath, nervous system, beliefs, and choices into harmony. It's not a one-time fix. It's a living practice. Consider this example. You want to stop overthinking a decision. You can journal, meditate, or repeat affirmations. But if you carry subconscious fears of failure, if your nervous system anticipates stress, or if your heart is guarded, the field senses that tension. It delivers more indecision, more mental loops, more almost but not quite clarity. The universe isn't withholding peace, it's mirroring your dominant frequency. The shift is to embody coherence, to feel clear now, to practice the state of mental ease before it fully arrives, so the field can collapse that timeline into form. You become the frequency first, and clarity follows. This might feel like a lot, but here's the simple truth. The more you let go of controlling your thoughts and focus on regulating your state, the faster the quantum field responds. This is why overcoming overthinking is so simple yet rarely done. Our minds love complexity. We crave 10 techniques, 5 hacks, a perfect formula. But the quantum field isn't a puzzle. It's a mirror, a responsive partner, waiting for your steady presence. Here's a practice for you now. Take a deep breath. Notice how your body feels as you read. Sense any tension, any mental chatter. For a moment, soften. Release the need to solve, force, or quiet your mind. Feel what it's like to be okay right here, without needing your thoughts to change. This is where your power begins. Before we continue, I invite you to anchor this shift. If you feel a spark, hit the subscribe button. Join this space, this conversation, this community. In the comments, share one word capturing the energy you want to embody this week. Perhaps calm, trust, or ease. Whatever comes first is your signal. Name it, let it root, because naming it aligns you with it. Are you ready to uncover why no one talks about this simple path to mental clarity? Let's dive deeper. Why do so few overcome overthinking, despite countless books, apps, and videos? The answer is simple yet uncomfortable. Letting go feels unnatural. The mind craves control. We're conditioned to believe effort equals results, that fighting thoughts proves our commitment, that struggle leads to clarity. So when quantum manifestation asks for coherence, alignment, and surrender, it feels alien. We keep forcing mental peace, even though forcing signals distrust to the field. Let's break it down. Most who struggle with overthinking are caught in the control trap. They obsessively monitor their thoughts. They meditate for calm, but check if their mind is quiet enough. They affirm clarity, but spiral over decisions. They seek focus, but dwell on distractions. This sends a signal of mistrust. They consciously want peace, but subconsciously broadcast anxiety. The quantum field doesn't speak words. It speaks energy, and energy is honest. You can say, I am clear, but if your body is tense, your mind loops in doubt, or your nervous system is wired for stress, the field reflects that deeper frequency. This is why so many are exhausted. They're doing the right things from a place of hypervigilance and overwhelm. They manifest more mental noise, more indecision, more effort because energetically they're in the timeline of trying to get calm, not of being calm. Here's the subtlety. Your subconscious runs about 95% of your life, shaping your habits, beliefs, reactions, and identity. You may consciously want clarity, but if your subconscious holds stories like I can't trust myself, I always overthink, or I need to figure it out, those collapse the wave into familiar mental chaos. This is why affirmations without embodiment feel empty, why meditation without nervous system regulation falters, why effort without aligned identity leads to burnout. So what's the solution? Quantum manifestation isn't an add-on. It's a recalibration of your system. It's returning to the version of you who lives in mental clarity before evidence appears. To overcome overthinking, practice feeling clear now. Not when the decision is made, but now. Act with decisiveness, presence, and trust. Release micromanaging your thoughts and embody the signal of ease. For focus, practice presence now. Let go of perfectionism. Soften your mental grip. Become the clarity you seek. Stop chasing a quiet mind and live as if you already have it, because you can. For calm, stop fixating on mental noise and nurture moments of peace. Shift from control to flow, practicing gratitude for the moments of clarity while gently guiding your mind toward more. Here's the paradox. When you stop needing to silence your mind so badly, clarity arrives faster. Not because the universe tests you, but because you've stopped resisting. So, reflect. Where are you gripping your thoughts with white knuckles? Where are you analyzing, forcing, or chasing mental peace? What if you loosened your grip by 10%? Pause with that. This isn't passivity, it's co-creation, and it's where quantum manifestation begins to work. In the next section, we'll explore practical techniques to realign your system, regulate your state, and become the clearest signal to the quantum field. We'll discuss dissolving mental resistance without bypassing emotions, building trust with your subconscious, and stepping into a clear mind as if it's already yours. But first, where are you overthinking so tightly that you've become the block to your own clarity? Here we stand at the core of the most profound truth in overcoming overthinking. You don't manifest a quiet mind. You manifest what you are. This isn't just a nice idea. It's how the quantum field interacts with you. The field doesn't respond to your efforts to stop thinking, your meditation apps, or your affirmations. It responds to the signal of your being, the vibrational signature you carry in every moment, thought, and choice. That signal is built choice by choice, not in what you think, but in how you are. Picture yourself as a radio. To hear calm, you don't demand it while tuned to chaos. You shift the dial to match the frequency you want. Quantum manifestation works the same. You can't pull in mental clarity while vibrating in overwhelm. So how do you shift? Notice your current frequency, not just your thoughts, but how you feel, how your body carries stress, how you breathe under pressure, what mental loops run silently. Most of us overthink on autopilot, recycling anxious states and reactions, and the field mirrors those back. The shift begins when you interrupt this, not with force, but with embodied practices. It's as subtle as a conscious breath during a mental spiral, as gentle as placing a hand on your chest during doubt, as bold as asking, what would the version of me with a clear mind choose now? Then, take one small action from that place. The quantum doesn't need perfection. It needs coherence when your thoughts, emotions, and actions align. When you achieve this, reality bends toward clarity. Let's get practical. To embody mental clarity, practice decisiveness, not just in big choices but in small moments. Trust your instincts. Act with presence. Train your nervous system to feel, I am enough, even if thoughts linger. For focus, practice presence. Let go of perfectionism in small, brave ways. Be the calm you seek. For peace, practice gratitude for moments of stillness, nourishing your mind with respect, not punishment. This path is simple, yet few walk it because it asks you to embody clarity before evidence arrives. This brings us to emotional regulation. Overcoming overthinking isn't about constant calm. It's about feeling real and returning to alignment when you waver. Welcome anxiety without letting it steer. Hold space for doubt without letting it lead. Practice emotional fluency to navigate mental waves. You will spiral. You will doubt. Old patterns will tug. That's okay. The power is in how you return. Here's an invitation. Take a breath. Notice your state. Ask, what mental frequency am I tuned to? Anxiety or trust? Overwhelm or clarity? Control or flow? No judgment, just awareness. Noticing creates a choice point, and choice is the gateway to coherence. In the final section, we'll tie this together. How to turn these insights into a living practice, navigate mental setbacks, and sustain the frequency of clarity. But first, thank you for this journey. If you feel a shift, hit the subscribe button. Join this community. In the comments, share one word capturing your intention, perhaps calm, ease, or trust. That word is your signal to the field. Are you ready to explore this simple, almost too easy truth? Let's move forward.